Picture this. You walk into a store, buy a tool, and it stays exactly the same. Not for your lifetime, but for the next 1.5 million years. Literally unchanged. Sound impossible? That's the legacy of the Acheulean hand axe, the original multi-tool, designed before language or even modern humans. And it totally outlived the iPhone by a number you won't believe. The hand axe's design lasted 1.5 million years. That's 83,000 times longer than the entire lifespan of the iPhone so far. Let's zoom out. The iPhone, first launched in 2007, is just turning 18 in 2025. Old enough to vote, but it's already gone through 17 models and more redesigns than you can count on two hands. Meanwhile, the Acheulean hand axe was passed down for an eye-watering 75,000 human generations. That's like your great-great-great-grandparent multiplied by 10,000 and then some. Ever wonder what made this tool so universal? It worked for Homo erectus, Neanderthals, even early Homo sapiens. One template, copied, napped, and carried across 3 continents. And here's the wild part. While smartphones change yearly, the Acheulean hand axe had 0 major redesigns over its entire reign. Imagine using one phone model for every day of your life, your kids' lives, and your ancestors' lives, all the way to the Ice Age. The first Acheulean hand axes showed up 1.76 million years ago in East Africa, before the oldest cave paintings, before even the idea of a country. By roughly 130,000 years ago, the hand axe was still in play, even as humans started spreading across the globe. That's 7,000 times longer than all of written history. Just to drive it home, if the iPhone's entire existence was 1 second, the hand axes would be a whole 24-hour day. The Stone Age binge-watched technological patience. Let's talk scale. Archaeologists estimate hundreds of millions of Acheulean hand axes were made. If each was a grain of sand, you'd fill an Olympic swimming pool. Why didn't the hand axe ever get a version 2.0? It matched the cognitive ceiling of its makers. Before modern brains, improvements just couldn't stick. It's a bit like trying to upgrade your computer, but all you have is a sticky note and no manual. You can't pass on the instructions, so the design just freezes in time. By 1 million years ago, early humans were already making hand axes with perfect symmetry. That's 55,000 times longer than the entire history of iPhones. Some of these axes were massive, up to 20 centimeters long, not pocket-sized. Think closer to a school ruler or a hefty dinner knife. Incredibly, hand axes have been found in England dating back 500,000 years. That's before Neanderthals even set foot in Europe. These were the iPhones of the Ice Age. Now, compare that to the iPhone, which has existed for less than 1 human generation. Most people alive today have seen the entire iPhone era happen in real time. If every iPhone ever made was handed down like a family heirloom, it still wouldn't match the hand axe. That tool was passed along 75,000 times over. And get this, the age of agriculture, all of farming combined, is just a blip. The hand axe's era was 10,000 times longer than farming's entire run so far. The Acheulean hand axe never needed a software update. No charging, no crashes. Just stone, skill, and patience for 1.5 million years. If you counted 1 second for every year the hand axe was used, you'd be counting almost non-stop for 50 actual years. That's the scale we're talking about. Here's the twist. The real anomaly isn't the hand axe's slowness. It's us. The acceleration of modern technology is brand new. The iPhone might be tomorrow's hand axe, just a blip in deep time. So if you had to pick, would you rather invent something that changes every year or a tool so perfect it lasts 1 million generations? Imagine your answer and drop it in the comments. I want to know.